Hello, welcome back to the video tutorials. In this video we're going to talk about the spies in Realpolitiks II. The only agent that you have in Realpolitiks II is the spy. Spies could be a very useful tool for your nation state. So in here we are going to see a lot of important stuff about this particular agent. Let's begin with bringing up the management window, and we're going to click on the spy over here. This gentleman is the spy. Here we have two spies. As you can see, when you select it, you're going to see, first of all, the province that the spy is on, and you can see down here two magnifying glasses indicating that we have two spies here. Other information that we can see here clearly is the level of the spy. If you click again, you're going to see in this area, in the area of province spy panel, you can see both spies here. You can select them through these arrows as well. So we have one spy, and here information that we can see here is the location of the spy, the status of the spy, and here we have the spy points. We're going to talk about these in a few moments. You can gain perks as you level up, and here you can see counter espionage. To access the spies that we have in our country and to see a list of all the spies that we have, you can go to military and military staff. Down here you are not only going to see the military staff, but also you're going to see down here spies. If you click here, you can either hire more spies, which will cost money and action points. You can see how many spies are you able to recruit, and here you're going to see both of those spies. With this button you can rename the actual spy, and with this one you can dismiss the actual spy. Okay, so now let me show you how to move your spy. Because we know that there are two spies here, you can either click and do another click, so you're going to see how the spy changes here, and you can now send an order for Karina Ramirez to move into another province. So let's send the order for this spy to move to the province of Asunción over here. You're going to see a line that is going to represent the path that the actual small figurine is going to traverse. We're going to hit play, and we're going to see how a line is going to be moving towards the target. This represents the movement transition from one place to the other. So now you will ask yourself, why do we change the target province of the spy? Every province that the spy resides in is going to be called the target province, and the spies can do actions depending on the target province. In this case, we can do actions in owned territory, such as the actions that would be able to do Aquila Ayala, and actions that can be done in opponents' provinces, such as the actions that would be doing Karina Ramirez. When you do actions in your own province, those actions are going to be called counter-espionage. And when you do actions in a opponent's province, those actions are going to be called espionage. Once we have our spy sitting in the province that we want, we're going to right-click the province, and we're going to see an additional action available for us here called Spy Actions. Within Spy Actions, you can see Economy Intelligence, Military Intelligence, and Political Intelligence. So let's check each of them. For Economy Intelligence, you're going to be presented with another three. We have Strengthen Economy, fight organized crime, and fight corruption. We have military intelligence. With military intelligence, we can strengthen military views and suppress rebels. Next, we have political intelligence. In here, we have strengthen personal views. Now let's move on to the opponent's province, and all of the spy actions at this point are going to be transparent. The reason these spy actions are transparent is because you will see down here the generating spy points. Each month that the spy sits here is going to increase those spy points. A couple of months have passed up to this point, and now we can see that Karina, she has 23 spy points gathered. Now let's check out what we can do with those spy points. So we can see that now this action is not transparent, and we can select each of them. The first one here that we have is espionage. In espionage, we can break ciphers or we can do spy detection. You can see that this one is still transparent. Let's check out why. In this case, the reason this one is transparent is because we don't have enough spy points. So this symbol over here, the symbol of the spy over the province symbol that you can see here, means the spy points. So if you don't gather enough, or you don't have the amount of spy points that this action is going to cost, you won't be able to do it. In the other hand, breaking the ciphers, in this case, just require for us 10 spy points. So this means that by the cost of 45 money, 200 action points, and 10 spy points, we're going to have to wait 25 days, and we will break ciphers for 150 days in Brazil. Now you can spend 10 of your spy points to increase success chance by 20. So you can also use your own spy points by clicking here, and as you can see down here, the success chance is 65%. But if we spend more spy points, we're going to be able to get ourselves an 85%. So this means obviously that this is going to be imminent. We can go and do economic espionage in the opponent's state. We can do hostile takeover. And we can do supply chain disruption. In military espionage, we have building sabotage, corrupt enemy general, and for political espionage, we have administrative espionage, fabrication of claims, which is going to be very important, spread anxiety, and weaken the bloc. Let's talk about two important actions in this section: fabrication of claims and weaken the bloc. If you happen to have a bloc, the spy is going to go here and start decreasing relations with the members of its bloc. So this is a very good tool for you to start destroying blocks that perhaps are potential threats for your nation. In this case, fabrication of claims could be perhaps the most important action that you can do with a spy. And this is the way you can fabricate a reason, a casus belli, to attack another country. It says that you're going to gain a province core in Brazil, just exactly as you do it with Europa Universalis. So, as you can note already, we have cores in Realpolitiks II. So at this point, you would be wondering, how do you declare war? Once you have the actual core, then you're going to go to aggressive actions and you're going to declare war. As you can see right now, it's transparent because we would need a casus belli on the target to declare war. The cost of war declaration is not high. As you can see, it only costs 10 action points and 10 gold. You can see here that it's going to take one single day for this action to take place. You also will have to have the support of your party, and also you can see that it's going to increase the warmonger for Brazil. Another thing that you have to take into account is that you have to have bad relations with the country. The number that is in parentheses means that this is the actual relations that you have with that country. You can go down here to foreign affairs and you can see that number reflected down here in diplomacy, in which you can see relations stating that we have 102 relations with the country of Paraguay. In order to us to be able to declare war, not only we have to have a reason, but we have to have bad relations, at least 75. Another way to decrease those things is to insult the country over here. You can insult the country and then you're going to decrease 102 by 15. So if decreasing this number by 15 gets you to 75, you're good to go. This is another way of going there. You can go for spy actions. You can go for either, as we mentioned before, spy actions and political espionage, fabrication of claims. So we're going to start fabricating a claim with action points for 350 and 500 action points and spy points, or we can also go and do diplomatic actions, aggressive actions, and claim a core, which is going to be simply for 600 and 500 AP. This is not going to require the interaction of the spy. However, claiming a core in this regard is going to take much more time in comparison with the 85 days that takes to do it with the spy.